Mousillon is the smallest, poorest, and most cursed of the dukedoms of Bretonnia. Most of its land was annexed by Lyonesse in 1814, when the corruption of Duke Merovech was revealed. He slew the king of Bretonnia at the time and drank his blood. Now the remaining land has two notable areas. The coastal areas are swamps, and to the north and east there are rugged hills, and at the edge of the Forest of Arden. The air is often filled with thick fog, and if there is wind, it's always strong and accompanied with rain or hail. Thunderstorms are common, and so are the fires started by them. As I said, it is a cursed land. Wandering undead are a common sight here, as dark energy fills the soil itself. Beastmen also lurk near the Forest of Arden. Now the Red Duke marches further into Athel Loren, bringing his legions into battle with notable elven leaders like Nyeth the Prophetess. She is quite gifted in the art of divination. And we cannot forget about Lord Daith, the other rebel commander. He's by far one of the most famed elven smiths of all time, and the master of Torgo Bond. Both will be broken before the season is out. We begin with our very first battle. Usually I can use the Red Duke to do whatever I want, and it's no issue at all. Though here you can see the volleys are delaying him. They're stopping him from being able to use his Dragon's Breath. And whenever I charge in, they flee. It's not like fighting a bunch of foolish Bretonians. They came to attack me at the Oak of Ages. Lord Daith is attempting to retake the tree that is so vital to the livelihood of every wood elf. You're about to witness 4 battles total in this episode. We're on battle number 1. I like to begin with a strong start, and so now we have it. The Azurai War Dancers, the ladies are coming. They're fortunate I can't just turn them into undead. They're quite fortunate for that. Their many archers could easily demolish my army. My only option is to charge in. If I had time to build up a different format for my army, then I would have. But currently, I do not have time at all. And so we must play the battle out. We watch things continue to move on. My undead minions are still charging in. My trebuchet is attempting to get kills. And you can see that my blood knights are already charging in as well. They're moving in towards the right-hand side. Sometimes I don't always know where they're at, and they charge in at silly targets like they did over there with Eternal Guardsmen. But sometimes they also need to support my units too. There's not a lot of room to move through. I was trying to get them to come right over here. The War Dancers are moving in, and you can see that they're being cut off. And I'll give you a nice overview in just a minute. So they were stopped from their charge. Other Blood Knights are moving in. Their numbers are not that high, and so now they're just striking at these War Dancers. It's better if we just destroy what's here. Those ladies were just torn apart from behind. Now, if we zoom out, you can see how my own portion of the fight is just me trying to click as quickly as I can on any target so that we can chase them away. I'm using the Red Duke right now as a type of herding dog. He's herding the mini elves away, hopefully getting a few kills like he's doing here, but he's still having to heal non-stop. If you thought I had an easy time with the Red Duke because he's only Zombie Dragon, that part was true for certain battles against Bretonnia, but to fight the Wood Elves is an entirely different beast. Thankfully, I still do a lot of damage. It's not like they're able to destroy my army right away. They take time to destroy my army. It's just, I had to try to end that bleeding so quickly. Here comes more of them now. The Red Duke is still fighting. We've got many broken units over here. Eventually, I would like to see more humans in my army, and you'll see in this episode where I attempt to build many new buildings to incorporate that idea. Baron Mortarion, at the very least, will have a very human-centric army if I can help it. Not every unit will be human, but I thought it would be quite a bit of fun to have that type of, dark side of Bretonnia shown. Louis of Brent charges in too. We've got some more Eternal Guardsmen to destroy. Their spears always look so goofy to me, but maybe I just hate Wood Elves. I don't know. That's likely to be the case. My trebuchet continues to move up, and so do my many infantry units, all the while the Red Duke is attempting to deal more damage. These enemies of ours, they are such a pain. I was attempting to use his Dragon's Breath again, but their shots kept stopping that. And so he's just going to charge in, killing a few more Wood Elves, as I've been wanting to do. And while that's going on, there's not many of them left. The battle is largely over. It was a battle that wasn't too difficult. I didn't even really pay attention to Lord Daith. But We were able to break his entire army. Now, we get to move on to building in our new lands, the Red Woods. It used to be Athel Loren, but now it has a new name. We saw a major victory. Now we have foolish vainglory. They say you revel in victory. They say you spend more time erecting monuments to battles past than managing the realm. You calling me a fool? So be it. We'll take more leadership while we're here. More enemies are on the way. They're assaulting my garrison. Paul Walden is back. Good. Come, Paul. Let us see you kill many. Okay, or don't. You can take your time. It's okay. We're not going to watch you. Are you besieging me as well? I believe you are. Okay. Let's wound another army. No one's really doing that. Your level 20 Samuel Lancer. We'll put a point into wound. Sure. Damage that army. Good job. Now they have far fewer units to fight me with. I've already beaten them in one battle. Do I really need to beat them in another? They're eager to take back their blasted tree, so we'll take out one of them at a time, much like that. I did lose a group of Grave Guard, but they are already quite limited, so I'm not too bothered by it. One enemy killed in battle. Now we can raise up the dead once more. There we are. We're at a full group. I did unlock a new unit, Silver Shriekers, but I'm probably going to put that into another army. Well, it depends. Let's have a look. They do have a physical resistance of 80%. That's really good. Actually, that's really good. Let's combine some of our undead units right now because we do need more to help us fight. So we'll take that group. The Howl of a Silver Shrieker is enough to freeze a warrior to death. And it's got an interesting ability right over here. Charmed, -9 to melee attack. Not bad. And a chance to inflict magical attacks. Sure, I'll take that. Then, while we're here, let's bring in 2 groups of zombies to help me hold them off. We can then wipe out his last army. If I do that, there's another enemy for me to fight, but at the very least, it would have one less army for me to worry about. She's only level 1. You know what? We'll leave her for now. Oh, I'm still losing units. What a shame. I suppose I've got to repair the Oak of Ages. Yeah, I don't want to really be caught out there. So we've done most of what we can do there. Now we need to look at our other army led by Varian Mortarion, who's still building up. We're raising dead at a site where many have died. I've got 3 groups of knights right now. I would like 4 total. Let's take a group of black knights who have lances and barding, or to keep with my theme, we'll take more standard black knights. We'll move in and grab more Grave Guard, a Balefire Corpse Cart for another. So we need more magic, but he is growing in power. He's only 1 man, and he will eventually have an agent to help him out. We do need to fight Karak Bak. That will come in time, but for now we can end our turn as Louis of Brent has a new level to spend. We'll put it into Blade Shield, and now we can end our turn. They return now. The Great Eagles are by far the most hated unit. I was trying to think of a good word to use. I had so many colorful terms to use for them, but they're by far the most hated unit I've ever dealt with. They're perfectly adept at annoying the Red Duke and by proxy me. My army is right here. Tactically, I can go over my plan. My plan is to allow them to hit my zombies as much as possible. Let them fight over here. The prophetess will attempt to damage them, and that's fine. They'll continue to move in. Later, my own horsemen will charge in, potentially through the left flank, and we'll try to hit as many of their archers as we can. While that's being done, every unit here, like my new Banshees, who look incredible, by the way, they'll charge in, and again, just try to entangle as many Wood Elves as we can. Because there's really no alternative for me. I've got to try to destroy Wood Elves with every single movement that I make and take. So we're letting them attack the Red Duke. The Red Duke will continue to just charge and just draw them away. Here comes more of them. We now have a charge of their main line against my own, while our Trebuchet continues to strike out against them. Now, I allowed all of their archers to group up together because my Trebuchet is able to hit them. They have a tree man on the way too, who's able to spellcast from far, far away. But these archers were the ones who were delivering their missiles right to us, and I'm also making a deposit too. Oh, it's a rock solid investment. The returns are amazing. People get pretty hard with that type of investment. It's not difficult, but, you know, I just chip away at it. It's like working with a chisel. So that trebuchet killed at least a few hundred of these archers. And because they're all grouped up together, they don't have an easy time all shooting. Let's look at the map right now. You can see where I'm fighting. It's not easy. It's not easy being dead. And now the Red Duke is doing what he does best. Whenever he's helping a unit that's stationary, that's caught by other units, oh, they die so quickly. And with Blood Knights hitting them too, they die as well. Right now, my Blood Knights are helping out over here. Eventually, they'll move through and hit other units like their archers. My zombies are being torn apart, but that's really their job. Louis took a lot of damage. He's fighting on the front lines against many elite units. There is some friendly fire that's happening right now. And there's an ancient tree man on the way. And over here, a Glade Lord. A little pansy wood elf. He's like, yeah, man, you got some of that herb. Shut up. Non-smoking zone. Do what you want in your own tree, but not here. I'm taking over now. It's a lot of dead elves. And why are all of you blonde? Bunch of inbred fucks. No, the Red Duke. I mean, who wouldn't go mad in any description of the Wood Elves? I will say then that when I think about it in hindsight, the Wood Elves are perfectly balanced. Because in any portrayal of them in lore, they were annoying. They were harassing the enemy for days. Yeah, no shit. I'm well aware. Now the Blood Knights charge in. Finally, we get to see a cool charge. It's been so long. There's the Prophetess. If you haven't seen her, she's right here. She's like, oh, pardon me, excuse me. Just trying to spread the good word of loves and fills. Yeah, I bet you are, Prophetess. I don't remember turning back on that vanishing apparatus. You know, the whole thing where they go away when you zoom in too close. I'll have to turn that back off. But anyway. The Red Duke, he continues to kill. I spit on you. And there goes the Hawks again. So, for that tree man, what solves a tree? Hitting it hard with a bunch of rocks. So my goal for the trebuchet is to hit the tree man. He's trying to outlift my swole boys. Not appreciated. Many of my units are running past them, trying to hit other units that just break and come back, break and come back. These Blood Knights, they're charging out too, killing more of these elves, running them down. There's not very many of them left, and so that's how we're going to continue doing it. Thank you, Red Duke. Back to the tree man. Oh, he's running. He's leaving. The one group of archers. Only one group of archers. Hey, man, they've done some good. I might not be archer-centric, but they've done some good. So we chase down the tree man. We will destroy that tree man.
He's like, I must go smoke some int stuff.
I bet he is subscribed to ints. Anyway. Got a lot of units that are just waiting back here. That was intentional. Just allowing my knights to try to fight for a bit. But eventually I saw that I had to bring in these units to entangle more of them. Red Duke continues to fight. We have more Blood Knights. A lot of my Black Knights were killed. They might even all be wiped out of this battle. It isn't easy fighting that many where they can just move and shoot you and move. It's a cyclical disaster zone for me. But these Blood Knights, they love killing some frickin' elves. I know they're called the Azurai, but we'll be childish. Hey man, aren't you called the Azurai? Azurai? Yeah, anyway, sounds like if you ate too much. Wood Elf Belle. There she goes. Nice robe, lady. Now she's running away. We've won the battle. It was costly. You can see the sheer amount of bodies spent here. In every charge, I lost knights. But we have won again. 2 more battles to go, my friends. Let us push on. That was a challenging battle, but one that we did complete. Rank gained 27. Alright, we leveled up again. Oh, did you rise back up? Good. I was worried that I would lose my Black Knights. They're very powerful. 5% replenishment, we'll take it. I couldn't wipe her out in time. I took out the tree man. She didn't kill anyone, thankfully. But man, I am ready to destroy every Wood Elf alive right now. They've got another big army close by. I just need like a turn or two to actually replenish. Alright, so how are we going to do this now? She's moving back to the Crown Halls of Fendel. There could be more Wood Elves on the way. If they even block me from replenishing, I'm in trouble. Let's hope that finally did it, though. Rebellion imminent. Okay, Gravedigger gained. Lords over Azerite, that I am. More leadership when fighting against Wood Elves. And Fearless, a new trait for him. A larger charge bonus, more leadership. And Failed Prophecy. Oh, look at that. 10% magic resistance, and more importantly, 5% missile resistance for all of my infantry units. No matter how much magical protection you might have, plenty of things may still hurt you or even kill you. Thank you, Giovanni. Okay, Giovanni, let's go after some other targets now. Why don't you attack... Ooh, you do have a lot of agents, don't you? Well, you gotta level up, so I'm gonna let you keep on trying that out. So you're rank 8 now. We'll put a point over into wound. Maybe you could wound somebody. Paul?
Paladin of Bretonia.
You can go after that agent.
I shall fight.
Good work. A wounded enemy agent. And a new black cat. That's right. Red Duke is a cat guy. Crazy cat guy. 2 agents wounded. Trying to make sure they're gone so they can't bother me. She's looking better. We're level 27. Okay, I enhanced my Waking Dead, my Knights. Now I just need to go work on other things. I could go work on magic. Magic might be important, right? That could be very important. We could work on some more melee capabilities for our leader. His melee attack is alright. Or we can go after other things down here like Infamous Raider. That would provide a lot more money. Renowned and Fear would let me move further. Agents would have a harder time hitting me. More campaign movement range, all that good stuff. That'll give me an extra 5%. Okay, that would be a higher melee attack for my units. We got Call of the Night for creatures, Evil Souls for ethereal units like Welling Hags, Engines of War for my Mortis engine, which I do not have. So I think for now, we should begin to work on his magic or even just his charging. His charging is important to me. I mean, that is a pretty big buff over to melee defense. Not that he takes that much damage, so I'm not worried about that. I would rather him output more damage. Bloodlust would help with that. So let's take up, I think for right now, Quick Blood. He's got plenty of armor. I just want him to hit always in combat. We need one more turn to replenish our numbers, and then we should be ready for another fight. The goal is to go after maybe the Karak Halls of Findle. I mean, I'm trying to defend here. Even a pea shooter would help out. They've got a stack and a half over there. But Ryan isn't coming to me yet. He's still... Oh, yeah, look at that big army. He's got a big army. He's level 20 as well. So I've got 4 Blood Kisses. If I get another one, let's see. 100 unit experience for all units. Okay, that's really good. What about over here? What else do we have? Upkeep goes down for heroes. Research rate goes up. Well, I can't awaken either one of those two. So we'll just wait and keep what we have. Samuel Lancer, you now have immortality. Good for you. You won't die. Ever, ever. Baron Mortarion, he already has immortality. Again, our goal is to make him just better at what he does. Vampire Corruption is always a good one. A Blade Master, he's not a talented commander, not yet. Not when it comes to, well, a talented warrior. He's a decent commander. Okay, so we're going to give you some pretty good units here. Graveguard, but Knights will also be your focus. I mean, we've got Men-at-Arms, so he's good at all humans. So I need to find a way to get some humans over here for him to recruit. I could enhance our Trebuchet, give it 20% more range. I like that a lot, so I think we'll work on the Engines of War to help that out. We do have Marienburg that is getting ready to rebel. Got a pretty big army. It's not done yet. I've got to recruit more. I'm saving a little bit of my funds.
Protector of the realm.
Let's grab... let's see. There's not really too much for me to grab yet. Those walls are pretty good too. Oh, they're happy. I don't want them to be happy. Hold on, move out.
Lord.
Yeah, let them rebel. That way you can get some experience in. Paul Whedon leveled up. We'll give him another point into assault units. And in Carcassonne, we can upgrade that into a shady township. And let's see here. That's most of what I want. Corruption is looking okay. I want more corruption than what I have. That's in Greater Mousillon. I would very much like to get... Ooh, an unholy field trebuchet. So we've got holy trebuchets, but also unholy ones. I want that. That's what I want. I need to save up and really think about where I want to put out my buildings. Rebellion over in the Wasteland, that's fine. But now we can end our turn and get ready for another fight to defeat the Wood Elves again. Finally, a new rebellion. Well now, it's time for you to easily gain some experience in combat. They don't have a large enough army for me to fight them out traditionally. That would be a waste of my time. I get a lot more dark magic for that too. Thank you, Marienburg. And also, our skeletal warriors no longer cost me anything. Defiler of the Ancient Barrows. Guided by Arkan's text, the Necromancer enters the barrows he plunders, invoking ancient curses as he goes. Not bad at all.
Blessings
We've
of
gained
the
more than we
Lady
did
be
before. Let's go to Gesero now. To Gesero, my friends.
My strength
And here is where we
wisdom
can get
are yours.
more undead minions. I want humans. I don't need to raise that for everything, but getting humans is not a probability here. We would need to go to Mousillon for that one. So if I want to go to Mousillon, there's also these I want to develop as well. And a necromancer would help out his army for some spell casting. And even ethereal units would be nice, like the damned knights errant. Those would be very cool. So I think I want to get some better recruitment locations going on here. And I certainly do want to get things for the humans. So let's see, that's only tier 3. We have a Mausoleum. That's tier 3 as well. We have our Fortress of Merovech. So instead, to make it easy on myself, what I could do, if I have a Mausoleum over there, I'll recruit or build it over in Gesero. And I'll build my Trebuchet building over in Artois. Let's see, there's other locations that are probably better to build it in. But those are my closest ones, so I'm going to stick to that for right now. We already have, let's see, my vineyards that are quite good. We can get archers over there. I want them to have more human units. That would, let's see, enable me to get what? Damned Knights Errant, which I cannot get unless I have a certain building elsewhere. Okay, I understand. That would be for my Trebuchet. So we'll get my Trebuchet over here. And those will be my 2 main buildings that I pick up. It's only a tier 3 location. Let's have a look at my agents. Samuel Lancer. Look at all their agents. My god. Okay, and if I attack any of you, it's going to be a nightmare.
I think not.
How large is your garrison? You're already tier 5. My god. I still have the King's Glade. There's going to be a rebellion over here. If I try to build anything up, it's going to cost a lot. We're about to get a awakened battlefield, so at the very least we have a little bit of a garrison. But I've got other armies to destroy, so can I leave? Can I like leave and be fine? Oh, I can. Good. Okay, so what I can do then, I can go after... Well, no, I can't go that way. I can go into my lands and be fine, but not everywhere else. If I go after you, how's that going to play out for me? It's a tiny, tiny army. We'll destroy his army. Gain 2% replenishment. That's 1 gone. Might even just burn down the Karak Halls of Fendel. I just need these idiots away from me. So if I fight here, I can at least isolate that and then attack her. Destroy this location. I've got to do it. I mean, if I lose the Oak of Ages, that's fine, but I've got to do it. If I don't do it, they're just going to harass me forever, and I don't feel like dealing with that. Okay. Quick Blood. That's even more damage. So we'll try to use him to harass everyone. Everyone will be harassed. Those are more Blood Knights. I do like my Blood Knights.
Paladin of Bretonia.
You failed. I mean, I was only an 18% chance. You're probably tired from succeeding so much, right? 11%. Ooh. Looking kind of rough there, guys. Looking kind of rough there. Still doing it for a little bit of experience. We have Giovanni. All right, Garlic Man, let's go.
Certainly not.
Well, well, well. What we could do as well, we could get... I could bring in another Fallen Knight or a fleet-footed Blood Dragon. Yeah, I have Vlad. I think any Destroyed Lords join me. There's a mod for that where if you can't confederate with them, they'll just join you if they're destroyed. So I have that option. I don't really want to use them. It's not their story, so I don't really want to use them. I will grab our Blood Dragon Bloodline Knight right now. It's going to help me out while he's here. Because we need some help. There's no way for me to win without having some help. So we're just going to grab him. He's rank 2. We don't have a name for him yet. We don't have a story for him yet. And we will give him the Hunger. Yeah, why not? The Hunger. Sounds good. Now for armor. Shield of Tolos feels important. The Brass Cleaver enhances nearby units. I like that a lot. We'll take the Fear of Edamar. Actually, the Staff of Damnation. That's a great buff. The Rampager Standard, the Banner of Eternal Flame. We're looking at just a bunch of things that have either gone over or I have not. So we'll take a Gravedigger, give us a Spirit, and a Crone just to have it. So now that he's here, we have at least someone to defend the Oak of Ages while we go to the Crag Halls of Fendel. And while we do that, we have a friend over here who I'm unable to utilize until the following turn. And we have more research to pick up. So let's have a look at what we can do for some human units. And I want to get more human units for sure. That's the thing that I want to do. I want to make sure that they're helping me out. So while we're here, let's go get Battle Hardened and later study your aim. So Battle Hardened. There's no substitute for experience. +2 rank for all of them and 10% more of a ward save. That's pretty good. Now, we go back into combat. It's one of our most difficult battles. I attempted to allow the Red Duke again to use his breath attack. I thought maybe that I could do it this time, but that was not correct. What I did with him was dangerous. It was foolish. There was an event that popped up, Foolish Vainglory. That appears to be accurate because what I did here was foolish. I had him go right after their leader. The damage he did was immense. It was actually kind of scary. So let's have a look at that real quick. She nearly died in one strike from him. But the issue is that I could not get the Red Duke out. I nearly did here, so I probably should have gone on to do so. But those Hawks and those Rangers kept him pinned down. He couldn't take flight. And so because of that, they continued to strike at him. Look at his health drop. He's dying right now. Well, re-dying. Dying again right now. We managed to get rid of one leader, and he's trying to heal up. Let me tell you how stressful it is to lose your most powerful leader in a battle. His health continues to drop. He's weakening. We can see where we're at right now. Each glade is unique and beautiful in its own way, and therefore terrible for me to fight in. We're fighting in the water, so we slow down a bit as we fight. My units are still waiting patiently. Eventually, they will move in. I thought maybe the Red Duke could endure their attacks, but that proved to not be true. I took out their leader, but they still have another fighter here and another commander. All the while, you can see for the first time his health bar dropping so low, implying that the Red Duke will be demolished and defeated here today. Each volley scoring havoc upon him. You can see that, again, he's stuck. They've slowed him down. They're using debuffs. They're using whatever they have to slow him down further. Okay. Now he flies away with limited health. I think he got away with about 400 health. I couldn't heal up because his leadership was broken for once. He's beginning to fade. And so the Red Duke gets a moment to rest. Now, our army fights their army. A trying and difficult battle. These zombies, well, they're amazing. They have one purpose. They're only meant to die. Well, not die, but be destroyed. They're meant to take these arrows so that my other units can move in. In fact, I almost wish I had more. I would need more elite units to take care of them, but I nearly want more. My Black Knights are now moving in. The Blood Knights, too. The charge is happening. There's a tree man that has got to be destroyed. They stop at the tree man, fighting all together. All the while, these Grave Guard push in. And if we look outwards, the Red Duke is back. The other goal was to get rid of their other leader. This little man right over here, a Waste Stalker. Nice trotting. La-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da. What a trot, man. And so the Red Duke is going now to try to kill him. I don't want him coming back. I was trying to get rid of all their leadership. My Crypt Warriors are fighting here against Freakin, so are my Skeletal Warriors. I believe those fort towers are these right over here, so they were also... I have no idea how deadly they were. I have no idea how much damage they did, but these are the ones that have been hitting us during the fight. Red Duke got rid of that leader, that Waste Stalker. That's his body right there, broken, under the water. Let's zoom out and look at the battle. They've got a lot of units. Many have been damaged, though they come back. Louis of Brent fights down here, striking down more of these ranged units. While we do that, more of my knights come down to help him. That tree man is broken. Our archers are up here. They'll be helping out eventually, I'm sure, one day if they feel like doing that. We've got some more units that are currently attacking us. I'm using the Red Duke to obliterate some of their melee units. The Treekin are very hard for me to break. We usually do minimal damage to them. That's how good they are. It's not like they're weak, right? It's just that I use my units in a better way than they do. And so we win. And here we have some more enemies to fight. They're charging down to fight me. Rude boys they are. I didn't mean to zoom out like that, so I do apologize. And let's see here. The battles are certainly different than when I played the Knights of Wario. We had more charges, more amazing charges. We haven't really had as many playing as the Undead, but there hasn't been a lot of stationary fights for us. But I do hope that you've enjoyed it for what it has been. And it's been very cool to me. Like, I've personally enjoyed it. I just noticed that we don't have as many charges going on, but that's because we're not fighting Tomb Kings. Tomb Kings, big old line. We would have a lot more lines like that if we had Tomb Kings. And our Blood Knights, I mean, they break through pretty fast. So let's zoom out and try to get a better idea of what's happening. There's some broken units. Down below, we can see some archers continuing to hit my infantry. We're still using the Red Duke to break more of the tree can. He was able to regenerate a lot of his health. He's got a lot of replenishment. We've got some units waiting over here who were able to win a battle and make tree can break. And elsewhere, we have the Bastards of Cholon. These humans fight too. They're dealing with more wardens, more nerds, Wildwood Rangers, whatever. Rangers. And down here, some more of my poor peasantry. They charge into waist-deep water, or about. Dealing with that tree man. Blood Knights also come in. And so the battle is nearly done with. We've about won. I never understand how I almost win each time, and there was a brief moment where my knights were not charging. I usually take good care of them. But that's why being able to give you commentary after fighting a battle is so important to me, because I get to focus on playing instead of forgetting things or going into slow motion. We don't have to go into slow motion at all now, because I like to zoom in a lot. I can't help it. Like, if I didn't care about that, then why have a decent looking game? Here comes these units. Oh, they're doing it. Kind of. They're trying to. Now it's just these blasted hawks who are the main groups left. Everyone else is broken or wavering. I think it's pretty much over with, though. I think outside of dealing with that, it's pretty much done with. You can see that they're trying to muster up for a counterattack. Oh, God, they're frolicking. Look at them frolic. It's pathetic. My army thunders and charges. Their army frolics. That was a good win. They're over with now. Loot gained, 3,500. Okay, if I raise it, that'd be great. If I sack it, it's a lot of money, a lot of dark magic. I think I'm going to have to loot and occupy because I've got to replenish. I could always let it burn down later, but for now I've got to heal up. If I don't, I'm done for here. These are really great locations for the long term, just not the short term because of how long it takes to do anything. But let's have a look. 6 turns to build that up, not bad. That would be more income, sure. What's over here? Binding cards, right? Not build. Ah, for boards and hosts, but I don't see that for me. Interesting. I know what there's a for, but okay, let's get some public order in. Let's get some corruption in. I've beaten another major army. I don't want to leave my location for a little bit. I'm going to grab another group of zombies real quick. And Louis, you're now immortal. How about that? Fought all his battles, but someone else got to a higher level before him much faster. And while we can do that, we've got more units we can bring into the fray to fight with. It's a lot of money, I understand that, but right now I've got to try my best to defend these locations. So we're going to defend that Oak of Ages, and we own another portion of Athel Loren. Look at how much I own now. I've been very aggressive in trying to take them down. I've been pushing on them so damn hard. Let's end their turn in just a minute. We've got to work on public order to maintain the peace for now. And then we can end our turn. Now we can end our turn. The last fold of their warriors came out and they died, trying to retake the Karak Halls of Fendel. No one wants a peace treaty. They're too angry at me. Orion's still waiting behind. We've got +3 to public order for Baron Mortarion. It's an authoritarian, that sounds about right. Many enemies have been killed. Goodbye, Barcio. The prophetess was killed too. That makes me incredibly happy. We're not done fighting though. We've got more to pick up. I can't get my new units yet. I think after we finish our war, I'll begin to pick up our new units, but I can't do it yet. Okay, so if we move together, I could go after Val's Anvil, besiege them, use my secondary army led by, we'll just call you Bloodlord for now. Bloodlord. We don't know your name yet, but that'll be your name for now. I don't really have a new right I want to perform. For the Red Duke, we'll put a point over into Devastating Charge. His Alpha Strike, his initial strike was so damaging, it tore them to shreds. They didn't stand a chance. I wiped out their leaders early on. If I didn't do that, who knows where I would be now. So we're going to take up the Grave Ward because, I mean, they were really shooting the hell out of me. If I could, I would get that armor, but I can't. I got the Armor of Blood. Regeneration. No wonder my regeneration is so damn good. That's a potion, a channeling staff. What else can I really use here? The Book of Arkan. I like that buff. I'm going to take that buff instead. I'm going to keep my dragon, of course. We've got so many buffs from defeating so many leaders. It's been nice. God Killer, Lords over Azurai, Fell to Prophecy. And we're only getting more. So, goal again. To destroy Val's Anvil. I could replenish for one more turn, but I think we're okay. I'm at 5 blood kisses, and now I just need one more. Well, then again, if you're outside, I don't have to really worry about you, but if I destroy you anyway, I could have a secondary army to help me fight for once, and I could use, if we had the numbers to just fall on their ranks, they wouldn't be able to shoot at me. So we're going to do that. I get so, as many of you know, I get angered by wood elves every damn day. I can't help it. I really do hate them. It's a fervent passion. It's how they play. Can I beat them? Absolutely. Are they a nightmare to beat? Absolutely. All right, so before we do that, let's go look at our good buddy over here, Baron Mortarion. Well, I suppose I did want those buildings that I mentioned before. Let's go work over here on getting some humans. I haven't been able to use my humans lately. So we have some humans, what, down here? No. We have a mausoleum down here. Well, that means I want other things like some errantry knights. I think damned questing knights and all that would be very cool to have. And it's just a lot of buildings to actually get to them. But let's go work on our normal units. And I think I'm certainly going to spend some time when I can to get some humans to come help me out. But yeah, we'll build that over here. Wait, is there anything else that I need to unlock these units with? Let me see. Carpenter's Workshop, a Black Grell Knight. Okay. We've got Men-at-Arms with pole arms. I do want those too, sure. Graveguard, those are undead. So, I mean, those are pretty typical, archetypical of our faction. We've got Binding Horns. I don't have any. Let's see. Yeah, so that's what we'll do. We'll grab our Crumbling Training Field. Then over here, well, there's not too much that I can really grab that would be beneficial because most of it doesn't go to just tier 3 unless I got my Sinister Cops, which might not be a bad idea. Let's see. Do we get cheaper? We get cheaper bowmen, mounted yeomen, and trebuchets. So we do get cheaper trebuchets here. I could instead get rid of my Binding Circle. Yeah. Those are Black Knights. Yeah, I think I'll do that. We're just going to take our time, save our money, and try to build that up. I do have to have units all over, so we're just trying to be mindful of what we're doing right now. All right, let's have a look around the map real quick and see who's truly unhappy. Minus 80 in the Wasteland. We're bound to have another rebellion out there. That's fine. Paulson is kind of here. Gisero. Again, just do not really have much to build over in Gisero. Unless I just want a standard trebuchet, which could be fine. I can always get like another trebuchet later. I wish I could go up to tier 4, but I cannot. The other option is, let's see, I get a better, Awakened Field for this area would be great actually, but it would have saved me a lot of money. My raised dead cost would have gone down by 30%, so we'll take that anyway. It's a good defensive building. We do have other commanders, or not commanders, but heroes to use. Why don't we start going after these agents again? Because we need them to go away, or they're going to keep on harassing all of us. That's one gone. Hates wood elves, me too, don't worry. You're in good company. Garlic Man, let's go over here. Trot, 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 and stab. Okay, good. My dance moves are working. They're quite effective. Gotta move your dead bones. They call me the Reanimator. 3 agents. Okay, all right. That helps me a lot. Samuel Lancer, let's put a point over into Wound. And over here for Giovanni of Garlic, we'll give him a point into Wound as well. And finally, who do we have? We've got Paul Walden. Paul Walden will have a point into Assault units. If I ever need him to wound things out in the field, they shall do so. So now, oh no, I need a little bit more than my tax rate. No, not my tax rate. All Vampiric Lords will start with a Barded Nightmare mount, which is okay. I mean, it saves a skill point, which I guess in the long term is great. Immune to undead or untainted attrition. Yeah, let's do that. And we can get more veteran units by getting 100 XP per turn. That's really powerful. So I like that. We're going to grab that and use that. And now it's time to go to the battlefield. Daith,
Certainly not.
your people are dying. Ha ha! Dead people. We finally get to have a proper big battle. It's why I love having a secondary army coming right in. I've got thousands of zombies here that can provide my front line. We're still going to charge in recklessly. It's what we do best. Currently, you can see Hawks parrying the Red Duke. And I am still moving, allowing these zombies to take shots from our enemies. It was actually pretty interesting how our enemies rallied together. My knights are going to be on the right-hand side in that circle of trees. And over here, we have my skeletal warriors right behind my main line of zombies. But they sent out a skirmishing army of many archers. Had I known that, I would have sent in all my knights initially, but either way, they would have outrun my knights and probably shot them to hell. But you can see how many they have that are with their advanced force. Over there in that other group of trees that you see beyond us, Bellbats and dire wolves. Those alone made a big difference. They're not always useful, but they were useful that time. If we move into the trees over here, you can see that they have another wave of units. There's their leader. He's walking towards us now. At least one of them. Imagine that, walking by yourself, summoning all of your warriors. What a strange way to fight. I don't agree with it. We fight together. That's what we do. Come back over here, we can see that now my units are moving in. My zombies are charging in. In fact, I probably could have had every zombie just take every shot and waited back here. That would have led to fewer losses. So my other idea was to try to cut them off if I can. Here comes my knights. On the right flank, we have the Red Duke being attacked by many hawks, by many pesky birds. But now, the knights are moving in too. And that's a lot of dead archers. No matter what happens now, at the very least, I've caught their archers. These archers have been caught in many charges. Some crit warriors are out there charging too. We've got more zombies moving through. I thought I could leave behind many of them and just charge right through and form a new line behind those who are fighting back here. There's not a lot of them fighting back here, but we've already caught a few of them and they've been destroyed. The hawks fly away. Red Duke took one down. That was a good hit. Very solid. So if we zoom out again, we can see where everyone's at. I've got my main army now moving in, positioning themselves. I've got my leftmost varied group of units. I'm talking about like banshees and all my other non-skeletal warriors and zombies. They're over here on my left-hand side, on my left flank. And while that's going on, again, we're forming up a new formation right over here to fight army number 2. Army number 1 has been torn to shreds. All of my knights are working together, and they've already destroyed another group of their riders and archers. The Red Duke will suffer no one today. Not a one. Earthu will be the next challenge. But this was a very cool fight for me to actually use 2 armies. I never get to use 2 armies, and now we can. Exquisite, even. I just let him fight these hawks. It's about time to let him do something, right? So he's up here fighting. I didn't have the archers, I didn't have the knights. I just rushed in with what army I could use because I knew that if I didn't do that, the Wood Elves would eventually attack me. No matter what you do in Bretonnia, eventually you've got to fight the Wood Elves. Maybe as Bretonnia, I could find ways to treaty with them and they would leave me alone. But as the undead, no, that would not happen. There's too many factions of them. If they chose to attack me, it would have been a nightmare because of their forest. The attrition, the movement problems. Because when you conquer it, it's worth a crap. I could raise it to the ground, but I need replenishment, so I've got to take it. If I don't do that, we lose too much. I could probably burn down Torgarbon once I destroy that location. Earthu will have to allow his secondary army to be destroyed, then use my agents to destroy his agents, and then maybe fight Orion. But let's zoom out again. So I have more units that are moving behind them. We've got my knights who are all circled around here. On the right side, Their tree man is still very much alive. These ward dancers are alive too and fighting. We've got more minions. We're clambering towards what's left of their army. The tree kin, of course, I mean, they're always stuck here. Here's where I got to hit them from every direction. And look at you. I've got a bow. Okay. Okay, that was a weird shot. I don't like that weird trick shot. We're just showing off at that point. Showing too much thigh, too, elf slut. Get out of here. I'm only slut-shaming elves. So all elves are sluts. Listen. I'm allowed to hate wood elves, alright? You've seen what they've done to me. They nearly took out the Red Duke. The Red Duke is still fighting those damn hawks. Or eagles, whatever, man. Hawk riders. Watching this group move is kind of trippy. I don't... Oh, man, that was kind of getting me. So let's zoom out again. We're just all kind of caught up in different fights right now. The knights are my ace in the hole. To get rid of all of these war dancers, and then afterwards we get to destroy the tree man. He's always a tough one. The ever tough. My orc name. Or my orc title, not my name. My orc name is Grabnuts. Alright. We've got a big old beautiful red dragon fight happening. Slowly taking out their riders. It's taking a bit, but he's doing it. A few of them are dropping. It's just not happening quickly. More units moved in. Again, the goal was to surround every single one of them. There's only a few dryads left. The fight is nearly over. There's only one group left. Winterheart Guards. They're unbreakable. Now they alone get to fight. Good luck with it all, I suppose. Have fun with it all. I'm okay with it. They're allowed to do that. Oh, man. They fought hard. We had a big fight. I mean, that was a very enjoyable fight because of how large it was. I loved every moment of it. But it's over now, at least for one more faction. Once we break down the Wood Elves, I can rebuild all my armies, and then we can... Oh, there's my Blood Dragon. He's finally here. Good job. And the battle's over. That was a big battle, and much easier for me because of all the zombies and other critters that we had. By Ikarin. 1,300 lost. We'll take a loot and occupy. I don't have to keep these locations. I could always let the Athel Loren area fall to someone else. I mean, that's really an option for me, and I probably will. I don't think I want to keep it. We could even destroy every building if we wanted to. There are a lot of choices on what we could do. Look at that. Durthu is really the last one, and then, of course, you've got Orion, but we've got most of them. So a majority of Athel Loren now belongs to the Red Duke. The Red Woods are nearly complete. Then we can go after other factions like Bedavon. We can go fight Flynn and finally unite the rest of our lands. It's been a very interesting campaign thus far. We've got more to do, and thankfully, I mean, I'm just making a lot of money. And I mean a lot of money. Blackstone's not making me anything right now. It's got a corruption issue. Let's destroy that building. The Wasteland. Let's see. Public order issues. I'll ignore the Wood Elf lands. We're just going to use those. I know they're very unhappy back over in Carcassonne. We're still working on that. They'll get more corruption eventually. All right, Bordelot, what about you? Well, you're fine. Mousillon, you're still building up a few buildings. Artois, you're doing what I told you to do. Okay, so we're building a crumbling training field. We're getting rid of that binding circle. And we're working on a awakened battlefield. And over here, of course, we have our mausoleum. We need an ancient armory here, but we also need other things if we want to get some knights, like a spirit well. So we'll build that spirit well. We still need that armory, so we'll grab an ancient armory right now. I do want that trebuchet. Do I have another like tier 4 location for a trebuchet? I don't believe I do. Not close by. At least a high-leveled trebuchet. I'll just build it in Artois then on our following turn so we can get more human units. I mean, Bordelot's tier 4. That's true, but we're going to use that for a bit of money, and I need better defenses here as well, so we're going to do that too. You never know who's going to invade me. We'll take extra corruption. We can get rid of that growth building. We don't need that. And the Red Duke can put a point over into, let's see. I have not been working on his magic, that is true. I wonder what your base miscast chance is. Interesting. I could overcast it then. Magical Animus for more, you know, leadership for undead units or whoever's close by. I think what we'll do, we got Lightning Strike. I could just like push on and put 3 more points in, but I would lose 3 points on something else if I did that. I want my Alpha Strike to be even higher than it has been, so we'll grab a Devastating Charge. Another one will be, will put us over 100 for that Alpha Strike damage. Increases a unit's melee attack and damage when charging. See? Higher chance of hit and all that. Alright. Commandment, we'll take that too. Bloodlord, you've been helping. Good job. Here, combine what you have. Now you have room for more units. Those zombies alone are a great help. I'm sure Dave might come by to fight me, so we'll kill him next. And we might finally go after Durthu. He's losing a lot too. Can my agents move? They cannot, so they'll have to wait. And Baron Mortarion will have to wait too. Alright everyone, leave a like down below and look forward to new content tomorrow. And as always, until then.